Good morning, everyone. It's Samantha from Starkey Farmstead. So I'm back in Louisiana, but I thought maybe you guys would be interested in coming with me to do my morning chores. So it's like 6:45. The sun is finally good and up. It's time for me to feed the animals, turn the watering systems on, and begin my just everyday mundane task. But maybe it's a good introductory for the ones of you that didn't see my videos on farming before I went to Maui. All right, so if you just started following me, this is Samson. He's a 9-month-old, 90-pound Dogo Argentina. And what that means is he is a hunting dog. He's also a power breed, you guys. He has a bite force of over 600 PSI, which is double that of my German Shepherd. So I need to get Samson ready to go out. It's time for him to get a little exercise, and then he'll eat breakfast. He is raw food fed. He's big, isn't he? And just a baby. I mean, look at his little face. Sammy. Hi, Doodle. So when Samson's getting time to run outside, he is kept on an e-collar. Let's make sure it's working. Good boy, Samson. Sit. Good sit, Sammy. You ready to go outside? All right. Out. All right, so now he has freedom to run around the 2 acres with his brothers. We have 2 full acres. And now, if you notice, the German Shepherd does not have an e-collar on, but he was trained with an e-collar. So for me, the e-collar is not used to correct behavior. The e-collar is used to help me get him to recall. Because guys, if you've never heard any of my other past videos, where I live, dog fighting is a big industry. So look at the size of that 9-month-old puppy versus the 3.5-year-old German Shepherd. He's larger. His bite force is tremendous. I cannot risk him getting in the woods around me, right, and not returning. So that is the purpose of the e-collar. I use it solely to recall him when he is being stubborn. It can reach about half a mile. It is a very expensive e-collar. It is set to 1. See? It is set on 1. See the 1 with the little arrow beside it? And honestly, my husband did it on my hand. 1 is a vibration. It is like, it's not a shock. It's basically like an electrical stimulation that gets his attention so that he will return to me. He's a hunting dog, and he's also a baby. So when he gets on the trail of a deer or a squirrel or anything else, you can pretty much hang it up. He's not coming back. Okay, so one of the first things that we do every single morning is open up the shop, which we call a barn, and release the barn cat before the heat gets too hot. Because even though it's 1,200 square feet, it's Louisiana, guys. It was 103 degrees the day I came home from Maui. So while Samson is getting his energy out, I come this way and I release the barn cat every morning. Come on, baby. Oh, good morning. Come on, sweetie. This is Killer, the barn kitty. Oh, up you go. You got it? She is a rescue. She's adorable, isn't she? Good mouser. She's a real good mouser. So not only do I release her, but I feed her. So we have routines, you know. The animals need a routine. I need a routine. Gives everybody a sense of security. So once the cat is fed, I go get the cracked corn for the chickens. So our rabbits get half pellets, half greens. So in the morning, they get fresh picked greens from the garden, herbs from the garden. So what I'll do over the next 20 minutes is bring the cracked corn and a watermelon to the chickens for breakfast while I go pick and harvest for the rabbits. Now I've got about 30 chickens and I've got about 55 rabbits right now. So it usually takes me a good hour to get all the animals fed. Then Samson gets put back into his pen and he has fed his raw food diet. Today, that's going to consist of some large pork chops and about 8 raw eggs, including the shells. So yeah, this is, you can tell, the German Shepherd. Ever since he was e-trained as a puppy, he does all my morning chores with me. Now, I will tell you guys, my dog lost like 10 pounds while I was in Maui. No doubt, look at him. He does it every time I leave him. German Shepherds are super sensitive to their owners. And he and I are, we're bonded. Come on, Doodle. So he goes everywhere. He's also got a pretty bad limp going on. I think it's because him and his brother are really rough with each other. But that's just male dogs. So here are the chickens. Good morning. You guys ready for breakfast? Don't give me the chicken eye. It's like 6:45. You guys are seriously impatient. No, don't do it. Don't give me the look. I'm going to get it. So for the ones of you that don't really understand what I do here, I run an organic regenerative farm. And one of the things that I do is I make all my own compost here in the chicken coop. So what you're looking at in there is not dirt. It is actually compost. So when I'm ready to plant, I don't need to buy organic compost. I have organic compost. I also have something called racking pens where my rabbits are housed above my chicken pen. So they poop and pee in the chicken coop and the chickens turn that into compost. So yeah, Steve and I are totally debt free. We own everything. The property, the vehicle, the business, all debt free. That side of the yard is the market garden. That's also the side of the yard where we have a rabbitry on the other side of the pond. And we do our biochar, all on that side of the yard. This side of the yard, rack and pen, overflow for rabbits right now because of the heat. But where that building is right there, that's normally where I do my educational classes. Turn this way, worms are in the shop. Our professional industrialized cooler for overflow of vegetables during the harvest. It's the only time we turn on and use that. That's all in the shop. So we've got a really nice system here where we make our own compost, our own worm castings, our own biochar. We grow a 1/4 acre market garden. We raise a lot of small livestock. I always tell everybody, if you're just getting into this, you don't need very much land to be able to secure your own food. You do have to take in consideration small livestock to small acreage. People are always like, oh, you should get a cow, you should get a couple of pigs. Then I'm going to overload my property with parasites, okay? So I don't want animals that I can't grow enough food to feed them because I'm a firm believer in there's a day coming very soon where without the mark of the beast, you aren't going to be able to eat. You're also not going to be able to purchase things. So I don't want to take on a bunch of animals that I can't feed because I can't grow enough food to cover them. I don't believe in, because you've got a couple of acres of land, you should have, 3 horses, 2 cows, 14 pigs, 18 goats, some ducks, some geese, some chickens, all shoved on 4 or 5 acres, and it's costing you $300-400 a week in feed. My response to that is rehome your animals. You can't afford them. So homesteading used to be a mindset where you made 90% of what you needed and you traded or bought the rest. Nowadays, homesteading for people looks more like hobby farming. There's one person out there working to cover the expense of you having animals because you just wanted animals and you don't know how to feed them. So you're depending on other people to create food for your animals. That's not gonna work in a couple of years. Feed costs are gonna consistently go up. I'm telling you guys, I do my research. So if you're gonna get into this lifestyle, start slow, start small, set goals you can actually accomplish rather than setting goals that you're going to fail at. And then you're gonna tell people like me that's not possible for what I do. Because it is, and I can show you how to do it. Go look at all of our other videos. God bless you guys. Hope this gives you a bird's eye view. A little bit more really who I am. It's really who I am. This is me every day, and I love it.